Hello, Kelly. Hello. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late. I've been... Oh, I don't know if you're here, Kelly, but hi. Hopefully you're still here, Kelly. I'll see for a little bit. Wait for a bit. Wait for a little bit. Wait for a little bit. Yay! I'm live. Hi. Yes, sorry I'm a little bit late. I was getting stuff done with the birds because it's 9 a.m. here, so I was just getting some morning chores done, like changing the birds' water and food and such. Just got out of the shower, and I've pretty much got all of my stuff set up for filming because I'm going to be filming a video talking about the new Jeffree Star palettes. So I'm now currently wondering, do I want to do a quick face of makeup before I film and do that with you guys, or do I just go straight into the video with no face of makeup on? So you guys get to choose. Do I go barefaced for the YouTube video, or do I put on makeup for the YouTube video? I haven't even done like skincare yet. Quickly do that. I'll do skincare. This is a horrible angle. I'm sorry. Hi, Erica. Yes, sorry for this awkward angle for now. I'm just quickly going to do a very quick layer of skincare before I go fully sit down where I'm going to be filming today. But my main question at the moment, everyone, do I do a face of makeup quickly before I film, or do I just go straight into my video filming without a face of makeup? Because it'll either be I'll put on face of makeup. Yeah, it's either I'll put on a face of makeup beforehand and then film with it on, or while I'm filming, I'm just going to do an eye, because I'm going to be filming with the new Jeffree Star palettes. I won them in a giveaway, and I've got a few issues with them outside of like the names and controversy. I've actually have an issue with one of the shades' performance, and then I am not happy with the actual packaging, but that can be explained further. And Kelly, I don't really have a preference. I'm just like, I usually go barefaced, and sometimes it's nice to go to a video where I'm discussing things, you know, and being a bit more put together. Hello, Bethany. Hello. So, yeah, so I'm not fully sure. Not fully sure yet, Kelly. Not sure what the plan is, but at least I'm nice and clean and moisturized. And I don't know if it's just me, but does anyone else hate like the way that some moisturizers like make your hands feel, or like between your fingers feel after applying it to your face? I don't know why. I've always hated the way that it feels afterwards. Thank you. I try to look after it. It's a little bit red because I smacked my face and I was shaving it earlier, but otherwise I'm quite lucky to have pretty clear skin a lot of the time. I don't know how I don't look after it. Or at the very least, I don't look after it compared to like a lot of other people do. Like I do use like moisturizer and stuff like that, but I don't have like a 10-step routine. I don't even use sunscreen. And this is my tanned face. I'm so pale. And this is an even more awkward angle. My face looks huge. Love that for me. So, what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do a very light face. I'll need to come back. Oh my God. Sorry. That's going to be right in the microphone. Give me like 2 secs. I'm so sorry. I'm not organized. No, I am, but I decided last minute to do face. I was only going to do eyes, but I decided to stuff it. Oh no, some people do have a 10-step routine, Kelly. I have like 3 or 4 steps max in my routine. I will use a cleanser, a moisturizer, my like hyaluronic acid serum, and then I'll sometimes, if I'm feeling extra, I might go in with like or more so if I'm wearing makeup, I'll usually do a double cleanse. So, really liked these. Liked you. Oh my god, I do not have enough hand. My hand can't hold all the products that I want to grab. This is my problem. I don't know if anyone else is like this, but I'm like, oh, I'll use this, 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 and this, and then I'll end up grabbing like 20 bajillion items, even though I'm planning on just doing a very basic face. Yeah, I personally usually do serum before moisturizer because I've found through experience that at least my serum and moisturizer pairing that I use, they're from the same brand. It does weird things if you do moisturizer first and then serum afterwards. It almost like it goes cloudy. It's very strange. Like it doesn't seem to do anything weird, but like you put on the moisturizer and then you go to put on the serum on top, and then the serum almost rehydrates the sunscreen and almost goes cloudy again. It's very strange, or at least that's what the case is with my stuff. So I just go serum first, let that soak in until my face is dry with slight tackiness, and then I go with moisturizer on top. That's literally all I do. I probably do something wrong, and I'm no expert. I just fucking try. I try. That's all I can say. Or do I want Sport Fix? Nah, I don't want Sport Fix. Well, it's a thing. So it's a topic, Kelly, where it's like it's a point of contention, because I don't believe there's any scientific evidence to back up any suggestions that it helps anything, be it like the actual fact that it's a jade roller. Like, I don't believe there's any science that backs up that the gemstone does anything, nor is there any science at the moment that backs up that using a roller helps with your serums and stuff. But the flip side of it is like, I believe Robert Welsh has said it. It's like it's a type of medicine that's been around for thousands of years. And if something's been done for thousands of years, clearly there has to be something to it, because people wouldn't be doing it for thousands of years if they didn't see any benefits. So it's like one of those things where it's like, if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If that makes sense. Like, and I'm no bloody formal voice on skin or hair care. I literally do this for fun. I just parrot what I've heard from people that I believe are professionals in their lines, and I like to believe that the information that they're spreading is information that people like me can take and then re-share and hopefully get as accurate as possible. But as far as I'm aware, like I said, it doesn't. There's no scientific evidence to fully suggest as of yet. But like I said, and like Robert said, if something's been done for thousands of years and they haven't stopped doing it, you have to question why. But that's at least what I like, and I would think that too, even without him saying that. Like, that makes sense. It's like, well, there might not be evidence as such to suggest that it is a thing, but people aren't going to do it if it don't have no benefit. Oh my god. Now this is going to be awkward. I'm trying to fix this because the way this is sitting, it wants to fall over. Maybe that works. Because I've got the camera right next to me, because I'm going to be filming at one point while talking to you guys. There we go. Sorry, I was just mashing the camera to make it flip over. Oh, I forgot that that's on. I'm going to have to be back in a sec. What do I want to put it on? Put it on 24. Trying to camera backwards. I don't know if it's necessarily the roller is absorbing the product, Kelly, but rather it's supposed to help make the product penetrate further into the skin. So it might just be you're not actually feeling as much left on the skin after the fact. Now, I need to be back because I need to grab a charger for the phone and the thing for the TV so I can stop making it do this bullshit. So I'll be back in a second. I'm almost done. Almost done. That's. You're so obnoxious. You are. Like, do you think we can't hear you, Babs? No, we can't. It's a tragedy. We can't hear you. You are clearly so quiet. We cannot hear you at all. Like, what a travesty. But that is what happened. Cool. Volume is down. Everything is down. You still need 202, Zach? Hello, Zach. Welcome. Yes, sorry, I am back. Babs. Babs. Ah. Babs. Yeah, that's much better because of how close I am. Cool. Yes, I just saw Kelly. Hello, Zach. Hello. So, now you guys might need to fix that. You guys get to see me for a bit. Do some makeup. How about you just do what you're told and not do that, you piece of shit. The ring light doesn't like having this off-balanced weight. Might have to adjust. This is going to drive me batty. Yeah, you're going to have to deal with it for a second. So is everyone. My camera is going to be a piece of shit. Or more so, the ring light's going to be a piece of shit. So you get to see awkward angles. I don't know what you're seeing. Hello, welcome back to a board. Whoa, there we go. That kind of works. Hello. Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to tighten up the fucking tripods thing and it wasn't tightening. There we go. And I should be able to flip back around. I'll probably have to. I have eyes. I don't know if they're great, but I have eyes. They have eyes. They see, they do things. Why? Why, man? Fine. This is what I'm gonna have to do. That better? Frantic bloody ring light. There we go. That should be the right. Sorry about that. It's me raging. So, you get to watch me do a very quick base of makeup. Oh, yes. Oh, I'm sad to hear that, Mary. Hopefully you feel better soon. Yes, hello, Mary. Anyone, I believe, do I have anyone in here that's a moderator? Yeah, so I'm going to be playing with these. I won these in a giveaway. They arrived. I have issues outside of the naming, and I'll get into that. And that's what I'm actually making my video about. You're going to turn on laptop? Hurry up. I've got my laptop behind me so I can play with it if need be. Because do I have anyone in my live currently that is a moderator? And if not, does anyone mind who is in my live being made an moderator? Thank you, Bethany. Yeah, the Australian reseller for Jeffree Star Cosmetics, they were doing a giveaway, and I entered it. Didn't think I would actually win, and then fucking my luck, I won it. So I am going to have fun with it. Okay, cool. So I've got at least one mod. Kelly, Bethany, or Zach, would any of you mind and or like to be moderators while on any of my live streams? Hello! Yeah, no! Hi, Christy. I'll ask you as well. Christy, would you like to be made a moderator? Well, Kelly, this is usually the time I go live, so it's either around now or later on at night for me, which is usually around 10, 11 p.m. for you. So usually the time zones when Zach and all that are live usually is when I'll be live. So add moderator. Lorna, would you mind being a moderator as well? I'm just going to add... We're going to have mod gang going hardcore. So everyone please type again, because that should have worked. I'm currently going in with the NYX pore filling primer to try and fill in some of the pores that are on my nose and cheek area. Woohoo! Look at all the sea of blue. Look at the sea of blue. Oh, heck yeah. We'll add another to the sea of blue. See, I love it. See, this is why I love our little community that we've built, because we can all just be mods for everyone. So we all just like have unanimous ability to like protect each other on everyone's accounts. It's great. Oh no, Bethany, I didn't click you. I want to just make sure I saw if you said up. Okay, cool. I want to make sure before I add people. Yeah, cool. Thank you, Zach. I just wanted to double check because I think I saw someone said that they up to me, and I was like, just wanted to make sure. Oh. Yes, all of you, could you please drop any links that you want? You're more than welcome to drop links on this, even if it's not people that are here at the moment. You're more than welcome to drop links. It's how we all grow. It's how we all get closer and closer to monetization. We're all in this together. There's enough space for everyone in this community and on this platform. And honestly, I genuinely believe, even with just us, like our small amount, if we didn't need to get 1,000 subs, we could easily just make ourselves monetized by the amount we all support each other. And like I think that's just magical in its own way. So I'm like, the more that we can grow this and support each other, the better. In my opinion, at the very least. Yeah, I've been shocked by like how much love and support I've gotten from you all. And even in the short amount of time that I've been on here, I believe I'm really close to like 100. I'm not at 100, but I'm close to 100 family members and close to 100 like public watch hours. So I'm like shocked that that's even a thing. Like people are watching me. I'm like, oh. And I'm so proud of people like Zach, who's gotten to his point that, there we go, I'm back, sorry. Like, I'm proud of Zach, who's gotten to his point now where he's just needing to get his family members, because it's like, we've gotten him over to 4K. And I remember, like, I've not been here for long, but I've tried to be here for pretty much every single live. And I've been almost every single live since joining the community. And it's been so cool to see how welcoming everyone has been, and not just me and Joe, but like so many new people in such a short amount of time. And everyone's just been warmly welcomed. It's beautiful. It really is, especially in these times. It needs to happen more. So now, I don't know how well this will work, but apparently it's a thing you can like to set your primer. Oh. And I mean, it kind of makes sense. And because this foundation that I'm using is very dewy and natural, this would actually be a good technique if I'm doing it correctly to kind of combat the issues that I know it can have, especially on my nose. Because, man, I have some pores on my nose. Same, Bethany. Same. Oh, and you too, Christy. You've been really nice and wonderful every time you've been in lives. You're always so nice and friendly and always kind, supportive, and so is everyone else. It's been crazy, honestly, because I've been doing content on YouTube for a little bit now, and I've had I've put videos up and not gotten much, but I've only just been like uploading them, and I'll share the link to my Twitter, and then hoping people who follow me on Twitter go over. And sadly, people don't as much as you'd like, because if I had every single person who follows me on Twitter and Instagram combined, I'd already be monetized, at least in terms of like subscriber count, because I've got between both of them, I've got over 3,000 people following me between Instagram and Twitter combined. And so, like, it'd be nice to have them come over, but they don't. And like, you guys have genuinely shown more support than all the people on those two channels combined. So like, you guys are special, and you guys mean more and do more in terms of supporting me as a individual than they have in. Like, they'll give me superficial likes and comments and stuff, but you guys stick around to watch me do my bullshit. You watch me just be stupid. You deal with my birds screaming. Yeah, you guys. That's probably why people don't watch. Yeah. They literally stopped as soon as I muted the microphone. Arseholes. You two. What? You're fed, you're watered. Can I film and be live and with a little bit of quiet, please? Please. Please. Thank you. And thank you, Christy. And thank you, Chrissy. Kelly, thank you. I try to be as, well, I don't try to be as authentic. I am as authentic as I can be. And I know it's not always for everyone, but I'm not holding you here if you don't like it. So what I'm going to do. Well, can, at the very least, including not people here, could people drop like Joe Withrow? Can people drop like Nicole? That kind of stuff, please. I don't mind either, Christy. I personally, I don't care for like societal norms of like you're a male, you're a female, handsome, beautiful. I'm both. Neither. I don't give a shit. I'm me. I want to be beautiful and handsome all at once. You need to start filming again, Kelly. Just try. Just try different things. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know if anyone else gets like it, but when I'm applying like liquids like this, it tickles my face sometimes, and like I have to fight the urge to itch it. Oh, that's not the brush I wanted. I try to keep it as real and family friendly. Well, not really family friendly, but because I do swear and stuff, but I try to keep it as authentically myself as possible. I literally, the way I film is like I'm talking to one of my friends. That's always the way that I've tackled filming, is I pretend that I'm talking to a friend and describing something to them rather than just talking to the camera. It also makes it a lot easier to actually do the filming process and not feel so bloody awkward. No, don't apologize. It's difficult because a lot of the time people do have the issue of what do you refer to a male especially who is doing makeup, and I'm not doing like your toned down type of makeup where a lot of men can do more natural every day, where I do the more extreme over the top like glam type makeup. So I can definitely understand why it's like, and it's not just a you thing, Christy. So do not feel like you said something wrong. It's very like, and it's even something that I've had to struggle with as well, because it's like, as a male myself, I've had to struggle with how do I go about complimenting peers on their makeup in a way where I feel comfortable with the wording I'm using, that doesn't feel, that might not like, I don't want to ever come across that I'm stepping over my boundaries, or I'm meaning anything more than just the superficial. Like, I like your makeup. I think you look really pretty with it on. Like, I know, because a lot of women can have issues with men, like in the makeup realm on Instagram and Twitter. They get a lot of unsolicited messages, and like, I do not want anyone to think that I could be that, or trying to be part of that. And that was like, legitimately was a big concern of mine when I first started, because on Instagram I started doing these engagement groups where you're all in a group and you tell each other when you're posting, and you're supposed to go to each other's accounts and both help each other out with likes and comments and such. And my biggest concern was, I wanted to genuinely support and give them feedback, not necessarily criticism, but just saying like, I love this, I love the way this looks, and give them compliments and such. But I was genuinely like terrified that someone might take what I say the wrong way, because being a male, and then differences in cultural understandings, because me being an Australian as well, it's a difference in conversation in some cases as well. So sometimes I might say something that, like, I would say to a female friend here that is completely superficial. I think you look gorgeous, but that might not necessarily come across the same way because cultural differences, if that makes sense. And I was like, and especially because being a male, I was scared that someone might accidentally misinterpret what I'm meaning, or I might say something the wrong way that I might be interpreting as completely harmless, but someone is taking it as, oh, this guy is being creepy, this guy's like X, Y, and Z. Especially when like people would ask for help with, like, because I love doing photography. If anyone's gone onto my Instagram account, I love doing photography. And I had some mutuals who would ask for some help with photography tips. And like, I'd want to give them, but I would genuinely feel like I can't reach out, because they might be like, oh, here's this man mansplaining. Like, and I know it probably wouldn't come across that way, but I just don't want to have people misinterpret my intentions in that way. So I usually just keep to myself. And it's kind of sad, but I also am equally like, I get it, that I probably am like overthinking things, but I also want to respect people, and ultimately I feel like there's plenty of people that they can get information from, so I just like, no. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense or whatever to you guys, but I get worried that people might misinterpret what I say, or I might say the wrong thing. See, exactly, Christy. I know what you mean, and that's exactly my point. It's like, I might, because the way that I explain things, I might have to take a couple of extra steps to explain things through. And because of differences in the ways that like Australians and Americans speak, and like, and also being males, born male type thinking, and then born female type thinking, there's also another difference. And it's like, it's too difficult. I worry too much, but I also just don't want to upset people. So I want to help those who don't want to upset and overstep. So there's probably been a lot of times that I could have like given help, but I just haven't, because I'm like, there's someone else that's probably going to be able to give information that's just as good and just as like succinct and to the point and helpful, and is from someone, or from the mouth of someone who's going to be much more appreciated from than me. Sorry, I'm just like, and I feel bad because I do just want to help everyone, and I love helping people if I can, and I love equally getting help if I can. Like, I was that person that would ask people, I'd seek out people to be like, hey, I don't know how to do this, can you help? And most of the time I'd get no response, and I'm like, okay. Sometimes I would, sometimes I wouldn't. It's the way sadly. But then again, it's like that going back to like, I understand too, because it's like they might not realize that I'm being completely 100% sincere with, I just want to learn, and they might be used to people trying to, even if it was another female or someone they at least perceive as feminine, they might have a lot of an easier time accepting them and being open to discussion with them, even just like reaching out for help. Like, it's difficult. It definitely is difficult, but I just do my own thing. I try. Yeah, Kelly, better being sensitive than insensitive. I just try, and I also think it does help that my current, like, I'm studying to go into, so if you know who the YouTuber Smoky Glow is, I believe she's studying to go into like social work, so like to work with vulnerable people and such, and I'm currently studying to do a similar type thing here in Australia. So like as part of that, it's really been opening my eyes to how to be more aware of how you approach situations, and being aware of cultural differences in terms of like sex or gender identity or orientation or every other factor, and like, and through that I want to carry those kind of concepts and me using those, like using the tools and resources that I have for my schoolwork, I'm carrying it over to my actual, like my makeup and my social media presence. And I'm trying to only use things on my social media presence that the products at the time of me actively using them are unproblematic. So like I've personally decided that I'm not going to actively be using and like actively using and tagging Jeffree Star and Jeffree Star Cosmetics and other brands in general that are problematic in any of my posts. I'm not going to be actively using them for like thumbnails to get clicks. I'm not going to be using it for X, Y, and Z. I'm not going to post like product photography, even though I love the packaging, just because I want my platforms to be somewhere where I am only sharing stuff that I genuinely believe is not going to hurt someone by doing so. And also I'm like, it also is giving me an excuse to try more stuff. So I'm trying, and I'm buying more products from brands that I'm finding online, be it indie or bigger. I'm also trying to purchase some more products from Black-owned brands too, because I do personally believe that the makeup industry as a whole is oversaturated by old white men at the corporate level. I don't know how much people know about how a lot of the makeup brands work, but sadly, a lot of these brands, they're owned by brands higher up in the chain, and a lot of those brands, their CEOs are old white men. And while I'm like, have no issue with old white men, but I don't think that, I believe it's like over 95% of makeup brands are all run by old white men, and I think that is wrong. So, what? My bird agrees. It's fluttering. What? You agree? You agree? Birds. Birds. What? You exercising? Yeah. Hi. What up? So yeah. And Mary, with bronzer and contour, I just like, I play with it and see what works on my face. I technically am probably doing this wrong because I'm like doing it and then I haven't put foundation on yet. I'm going to put foundation on the top of this. And yeah, right, like Kelly, like, I don't know about you, but I don't personally feel comfortable with the fact of like, while there is not a gender or anyone that can or can't use makeup. I just find it very strange that the main target demographic for makeup aren't the ones predominantly owning the makeup brands. Like, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable with that. Like, equally, I would not be comfortable buying a brand of skincare. Like, it's kind of weird because I'm just buying a cheap brand of skincare for what I use. But if I'm going to be buying a skincare brand that's expensive and that is supposed to be bougie, I want it to be being used by someone who is in that industry, and it not just being old white men at the top going, oh, let's just sell this and put it in pretty packaging and we'll make money. Like, they ultimately don't use the product. I'd rather know that the person the person selling the product is also someone I can at least relate on the level of, like, I'm using the product and you use the product. Like, why would I want to buy something where I know the person that is selling the product doesn't even use it? Like, doesn't that tell you something about the product? I get that too, Mary, and because I'm so pale, I also try and use my facial hair. I blend the contour into it, and then also my hairline. I blend my contour into the hairline. I'm currently using an Australian brand's product. It's a cream contour / bronzer stick, and I find it works really well on me. I mean, I don't know how well it shows up in camera, but it looks kind of pretty. Turn the lighting down. There we go. And yes, I like to believe as well my opinion on all of that I just expressed isn't a crazy one either. Like, I'd like to believe, like, even if it was anything else that wasn't like makeup or skincare, I'd like to believe that the person or the company that I'm purchasing the products from, they themselves are like actively using their products. Because I think it says a lot about the product itself if they're not using it. It helps if you have like darker roots like I do, but you can kind of see I blend it in. So I'll show you a bit. I'll try and do it a bit. Oh my God, can I not blow out the camera? There we go. So I like go in there and I just wiggle, and I work a little bit forward, I work a little bit down, but I try and keep the majority of the product where I actually want the sculpting. Because the way that it's working, you are using it to sculpt the face, and bronzer / contour, at least contour, it's supposed to pull your face back. So think of like your face as a 3D plane. When you're contouring, you're pushing your face back, and when you're highlighting, you're pushing it forward. So I try and put it only where you are not wanting light to look like it's reflecting off. You're wanting it to look like light is sinking in. Does that make sense? Mary, I'm extremely pale too. Like, you don't understand how pale I am. I look darker than I am because this is my tanned face, but my undertone is very pale. Why are you saying sorry? I'm sorry to you, Zach. You're probably like, what the heck? All this makeup talk, I have no clue what the heck all this means. And I mean, I probably should like do an extra layer of this on top. And like, so all of this that I'm just like reiterating what other people have explained to me, and I'm like, that kind of makes sense. Like, with the contour and stuff, you're literally trying to push your face, that part of the face, back. So I remembered I haven't used my foundation brush since I washed it, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing more like satisfying than a fresh, clean brush. I forgot how face. Oh, okay. No, that's fine, Zach. I don't mind. Look at that redness coming through. That's my natural redness. That's not the bronzer or stuff, because you can see it up there. But I'm just going to quickly go in with my actual contour brush. This has got a little bit like contour powder on it, just to do the little bit more fine tuning around the head. And then I'm going to go in with foundation. And then I'll powder contour over the top. Because I like to, I don't know why, but when I've been trying this, I really like the way that it looks when you use it as like an underlayer. I know Zach's going to be a pro by the time that Sharon gets around to actually doing his makeup. He's going to be like, oh, what? You're not going to be using X, Y, and Z on me. You have to make sure you have to do this first and make sure you use this type of brush. And he's going to be so sassy. We love to see it. The growth. Sorry, I'll read chat in a sec. I'm just trying to place this down before it has time to dry on my brush. And then also trying to blend it out on this side of the face. Hi, Beb. Excuse you. You mouthy hoe. Oh, hello. Now I understand why you're being mouthy. Okay, there was a bird that was sitting on the windowsill and it was making my bird be like, whatever. Yeah. This is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion foundation. This is a very light to medium coverage foundation. I love it. It's very skin-like. It's beautiful. You can see it looks pretty too. So. And I will be going over the top of this with powder to set it, and then also we'll be going in with my blush because I've yet to apply blush. Even though I've got a lot of redness that I cancel out, I like actually having a bit of strategically placed redness. Redness on my terms. I'm sure other people that have redness or rosacea can relate. Yes, he is. He is genuine. Genuine, kind, supportive. Actually, do I want more on the nose? I'm actually quite happy with that. I'll put concealer on the nose. That's what I'll do. Hi, Jay. You making friends, my babe? You having fun with your new friend, babe? Yeah? I'm trying to stay in frame a little bit. I don't think it's working too well. But I can at least go on with this. And this can just map out the textures. Oh, that's not good, Mary. Yeah, go get some rest. Don't be rude. Don't be sorry, Joe. It's okay. You're such a shit kind of bird, you are. Yeah. Don't do what I do and just jab yourself in the eye with your concealer brush. It's not pleasant getting concealer in the eyeball. Not in the slightest. That will do. That will do. For now. Another fun topic of conversation I guess we can have is the discussion of the mental struggle that one can sometimes go through while doing makeup in general. And I'm sure more of you who do makeup on here do it for videos rather than just for wearing it in real life's sake. You sometimes get in your head about how you've done your makeup, and you almost feel like if it's not 100% perfect, you don't want to be seen with it. It's very weird. I'm sure it's not a atypical thing to deal with as well. Now, I was going to go in with powder. Actually, no, I am going to go in with powder, but specifically going in under eye. I'm going in with my KVD Vegan Beauty Shade and Light Contour Highlighting Powder. I'm just going to do some powder snatchery with this. What? You're both loud. Yeah. Do you think they can't hear you? They can for sure hear you. The only downside with this powder, it's very messy. Now I'm going to do the slightest bit of contouring on my nose. This is how I do my contouring for my nose, if anyone cares. So I try and get product on a brush. It's like this. So it's kind of like semi-flat in a line. And I get the cream product and I like even powder. And I first tap it into this kind of like crevice just where the like eyebrow area and the actual nose bridge starts to like shape the nose, and then I start gently scraping it along the side of my nose down in a straight line. I don't know how well you can see it. It's very subtle, but it should give you that illusion of light. That's what you want. Just quickly rub off the excess that's on my brush. And then with what's actually stamped on, I buff that out. So I first start with where I first stamped on the product and I spread it out into the actual brow area, which starts to shape my eye area more and then also diffuses that line, but then gives that natural illusion that it's all one shape, all curving. At least that's how it works on my face. And then with the nose bridge area, I just gently buff down. Keep buffing down. You don't want to rub too much down or too much up, because that's when you start like fattening the line a bit too much, which is then when you're actually changing the shape that you were trying to define in the first place. I know, it grows very quick. My hair likes to spurt out. So yeah, so that's really how I do like contour for this side of the nose. And I usually will go back in with powder over the top of this to get the colour, and then I'll go back in with powder on the top to like define the line even more, which I think is kind of a normal thing. Now again, get like the smallest little bit of cream. Bad what? Yeah, babe. The babs is so loud. Yeah, that's because I haven't been cutting it. Like when I first went this short, I was cutting it quite frequently to maintain its length. This time I'm just like growing it out a little bit. See what happens. So I always end up experimenting with my hair and my face. Almost chameleon in that sense. I don't stop. Now, where were you? There you are. This is when I go back in with this really light shade. And I will kind of re-carve out the underside of the where I've contoured. And that almost like I'm using it as a buffer, so it like blends the contour more into the actual skin tone that I've got underneath. That is like the concealer. And I also like to just bring a little bit underneath where I've got it on the brow area and sometimes onto it as well, just to diffuse it all. Because it can look, on my skin tone, contour can look very extreme because of how pale I am. They're part of my videos and all, but I'm like, I'd rather it not, because when I'm editing, it hurts my ears to hear them scream. So, you know, so it's more for my actual hearing's sake than anything else. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm that good at contour or not, but I don't think it's that bad. I'll just wait until I get hate and it'll let me know. How about that? Let me know as a hate comment down below. What? Really? Do you have to start now, woman? Cinnamon, what? 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 They're not singing my praises. They are singing, preparing themselves for their own destruction in a second. Yeah, exactly. Now I'm just going back in with some more of the contour powder that is in this. And then once I've done that, I'm going to go in with blush. Because blush is my favourite part and it blends it all together. And I mean, I kind of have a cheat with contouring because I've got a beard, so I can use the beard to help blend my like contour and stuff into, because that helps structure my face. So like, I guess I have that to my advantage of all things. I can use my facial hair as like a guide. Which makes it easy because I can make it a bit more consistent. Cool. I also like to contour a little bit around my lip because I have not an even shaped lip. So I'll go in with that to compensate for it. And it kind of helps give the illusion that they're a bit more even. A little bit more. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it hinders. Because if you want to do a full restructure, beard hinders. But if you just want to keep with the same shape that you have, your facial hair can give you a general idea of like the actual shape you should be going for. Now I'm going to go in with this. She looks a bit grotty because I destroyed it for some product photography. But I love it. I love it. I just go bloop, 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 bloop. And that's literally the blush amount that I get. And probably should actually dapple a little bit off. So I dapped that much off of the blush. And I usually try and stick to like this area. So I'll just gently pounce it in. Because you can also use blush similarly like contour, and blush can actually restructure your face too. So I like to use blush up here, and it really does lift my face, I feel, because I used to like bringing blush down here, but I feel when I do that it drags my face down. But if I leave it just up here, it really does like pull my face up. And I just like how pretty it is. I love this blush. This is from an Australian brand called Mecca. It's like Australia's version of Sephora. I know how pretty is the brush. It's from Wet n Wild. It's from their Rebel Rose collection. They have an eye brush that looks like it too, but I got 2 of their face brushes, which is what I'm using now. So I usually use these as my blush brush. These are also really bomb for foundation because the way that the bristles are, like foundation doesn't tend to sink into it and it really buffs it out. But I love using this for like cream product. And I mean, I don't like to big up or like talk big about like, especially when it comes to like texture or whatever my face, but I mean like it does look pretty fucking smooth. So I just love the way this brush applies product. And I'll sometimes grab like the smallest little bit and I'll put that on like on the center top of my forehead to like just give a little bit of what looks like a sun-kissed glow coming from above. Because I like to do that so my contour and all that blends in at the top. I might do like the smallest little bit. I'll just go whoop. I'll usually bap, and I'll put the smallest little bit just on like around the tip of my nose just to blend that in a little bit. I'll usually grab the last little bit what's on the back of my hands, put it around the bottom of my chin, just so I've got a little bit of the colour everywhere. Then I'll just go around with the jaw. Then, how is the skin looking currently? Looking pretty good. Do I want to powder it? I kind of don't want to powder it. I'm still on the crusade of finding a concealer that doesn't crease on my under eyes, because I still have creasiness with my under eyes. But I usually combat that by doing makeup and bring the eye makeup to slightly cover where the bags are of the under eye. It's very like you have to do very carefully, otherwise you can go big raccoon eye type thing. Yeah. I think I look pretty balanced. It looks pretty natural, but like pretty done. Sometimes if I want a little bit extra, I'll go in with this. Hello, Jesse. So sometimes I go in with this. This is an Hourglass ambient lighting strobe lighting blush. Go in again with the flower brush, just once. In the same spot that I applied the blush, I just go over the top of it with this, because this gets a little bit of an extra sheen and is a similar kind of colour. So this kind of like sets it in place. Hi, babe. Yeah, hi. And then one of my favourite steps. Thank you, Christy. One of my favourite steps is highlighter. So, I don't know how well you can see it. This is the highlighter I use. Oh my god. Will it show? It's very shiny. This is another Hourglass product. This is the ambient strobe lighting powder. So this is the highlighter. And this is an incandescent strobe light. It can be subtle, but you can also build it up. I like using it because it is glowy, but it has very little to no like texture or glitter. And I'll usually go and do a couple of layers of it all around where I usually have light hit. I'm not the best with highlighter application. I know I probably do way too much, but I like where I put highlighter. I put them on the tops of my cheekbones, on my nose. I like to put a little bit on the top of my lip to have like the smallest little bit of shine. I sometimes put a little bit as well on the lower lip. Even though I contoured, I also like to have a little bit of highlight as well. Love that, Kelly. Put one cheese. I also put a little bit of it just on the center between where I contoured. So you're using the contour part to thin your nose, and then you're filling in the area where you didn't put the contour with highlight to make that look like, you can kind of see now what I'm talking about, how that's really pulled my nose in. Made a little bit more snatched. And I'll just go through above that with a little bit more highlighter, because I love all the highlighter. Drag the highlighter down the nose because we like it, and I just want to be shiny. You like being shiny. And what I love with this highlighter, you can kind of just keep on going and going, and it will never, it's like never too much. And just to get a bit extra, I usually will get a good heaping on the brush, and I'll spray it just for getting the extra pop to show up on the really highest points of the cheekbone highlight, and then also just to pull it a little bit above the brow bone, just to get the spotlight type look going on, and to snatch. And there you go, see? Shiny. Do it on this side. Same dealio, keeping it more up high, so keeping the majority of the high shine to the really highest points of the cheekbone. So when you want that really like high volume, like flash, that's when you get it. Shiny. Thank you, Joe. I also forgot, I sometimes will also put the smallest little bit of highlighter on just my chin. Just to get her a little bit glowy. And that's pretty much my face routine. You guys saw a whole face routine in an hour. So I guess you could say that like this is my normal everyday face routine. I don't wear makeup daily, but this is what I would do as a daily type wear. And I think it looks really nice. It looks very natural while also put together. Sometimes as well I'll go in with extra couple of squirts with setting spray. I'm using the Star Cosmetics setting spray. I fan it in, and then I'll get, oh my god, my poor shirt feels weird from the setting spray. Then I'll go in with my brush. Actually, I won't use that one. Sometimes I'll go in usually with my foundation brush and just gently tap in where I sprayed with the setting spray, just so it like all blends together and it becomes one beautiful happy family on the face. Bob's your uncle. I feel yeah, sorry. The setting spray, it left like a film on my shirt because, you know, I just doused myself in the setting spray. But here's the fun part. You all got to witness that, but then you also, if you want to stick around, you get to witness me actually filming, because now I get to film the actual using or talking about this. The palettes. Actually, what I'll quickly do, I'll apply lipstick to see how well I can apply lipstick. Oh, the crash and burn will be great. Ooh. My skin looks hella shiny and smooth on camera. Like on my HD camera, that is. Hello, hello. Liquid lipstick scares me the most. There we go. Bottom lip done. Bottom lip's usually my worst enemy. Bad what? just love this lipstick. It's so pretty. Oh, that looks fun. I can barely think most of the time, Fab Fit Mama, so don't worry if you can't spell. The lip shape is not even. Rude me. I need to fix it. It is a very pretty lip colour. Knowing me, I'm probably going to end up removing this because I'm just going to keep on going and going and going and then hates the application. It's a pretty colour, but I suck at lip application. I hate lips. Sorry to hear that, Christy. I'll see you later. Thank you for coming for the amount of time you did, though. Greatly appreciate it. I can at least recommend this lipstick for its long wearability. It's a bastard to remove. Oh no, that's no good. Hopefully they don't. Your husband doesn't have a too difficult of a time with the search and rescue. Well, that's fixed. I kind of clean up the upper lip. Let's regroup. Regroup. A little bit of product around the edges. Fix it. Whoop. And then retime. Either that or just have like no upper lip. That could be a whole look. Start a whole trend. It looks sick. See, I think this is a vibe. Just completely blanked out upper lip. Bomb lower lip. Don't I look fabulous? Agreements only in the comments for how bomb this looks. I'm joking, of course. Yeah, but oh, jeez. So round 2 of lip application. Let's see if I can get it right this time and in a way that I like. Even though I do really kind of want to just leave it the way it is now. I kind of like it for some odd reason. This strange, like, lower lip looking like hella pigmented and then the top lip nothing. Even though my lips look hella crusty on camera. I mean, I could always just do the blotted lip thing. Absolutely not. Had hair stuck in my lip. There we go. That will do. It's not like I'm doing close-ups on my lips, so it doesn't really matter too much how they look. I've got 2 cockatiels. They're loud as shit. Annoying the bastards. Oh, my face is itchy. Oh well. Filming time, yay. So, you won't hear when I was explaining it, but I will be filming a video today because I got the orgy and mini orgy palettes from Jeffree Star as a giveaway item. So I'll randomly be like talking to the cat to like live and then also talking to my camera while I'm filming. So this video today is going to be a bit more gossipy, a bit more tea spilly, because I got these fabulous goodies. I got these as a giveaway from Black Swallow, which is an Australian reseller of Jeffree Star Cosmetics. So I didn't pay for these. I didn't purchase anything. I just spammed a couple of emojis in a comment and I won them. And I've got shiz to talk about these. You can kind of see what's going on. So, outside of the normal kind of drama that is surrounding the naming and all that stuff, and the packaging of this palette where you've got Jeffree laying naked over the O's on this, and then you got the naked bodies all on the packaging of this one. The first kind of issue I'll discuss about the palette that I've discovered so far, I've cleaned it up since discovering this issue, but this is the color story of the big palette. This is an all matte browns and warm neutrals palette, and you can kind of see what's going on up here. So with these darker shades, like a lot of darker eyeshadows, they tend to have fallouts that will stick to the packaging and it will kind of stain it. The main issue that I've had so far, because I'll kind of show it up close for camera and also live stream, but the packaging of this is like a millennial pink and it's matte. And it's a soft touch, so it's not shiny like a lot of his other palettes packaging is like. And you can see here on, at least, sorry for people on the live stream, on camera you can see it. But the staining on the packaging, it's very hard to remove because unlike his normal palettes, which are shiny, the shiny packaging you can kind of rub the makeup off when it actually gets on the packaging, and then it becomes nice and clean again. But because this is a soft touch matte interior and being millennial pink with all of these dark browns and this black, when you get any fallout whatsoever in the pan and it touches the packaging, you have to get like a full-on makeup wipe and scrub it off because it will like almost want to stain the packaging. And then on top of that, because the actual eyeshadows themselves, some of the pigments, they are magnetic because they're metal. That's normal. And because these palettes, when they close, the actual mechanism, like it closes with a magnet. Like a magnet holds the palette closed. So like, it doesn't just fold open. It's held together with a magnet. But give me a second. But because there's a magnet inside of this, the actual eyeshadows themselves that have these metals as a pigment in them, they tend to stick to the packaging. So I found, like, literally yesterday I was on a live stream with I was on the panel of a live stream of one of my good friends, Zach. I don't know if he's still in the live stream that I'm currently doing while filming. I was playing with this, and like it started getting all over, and then I also was on a video call with my friend Joe, who's currently in the live stream. I'll leave her link in the description as well. But like it was getting so bad on this shade especially. It got all over the packaging, and while I was trying to clean it off, it just got worse and worse and worse. It was nasty. Oh, thank you, Erica. And outside of like the fallout in the pan, the palette and the like packaging getting issues, the actual palette itself is actually quite nice. I don't like that this is also kind of like a soft touch with a bit of a shine to it, because you can see on camera especially that it's a fingerprint magnet, so it gets very dirty very quickly. Like I've only had this for a couple of days. The back as well, it's got a little bit of dirtiness on it. No, apparently I'm just not going to have it in frame or in focus. But outside of that, I haven't even peeled off the stickers on the mirrors, so I'm like, let's peel off the stickers for that good old peel aesthetic. I want to get it in focus. Good enough. Ooh. Do not like that. Yeah. That's satisfying. And then, so yeah, so you can also see that like up above, oh, you can see my camera and my phone on live. You can also see like the packaging itself is already quite dirty. I've literally only owned this for a couple of days, and it's already got like, I'll try and show live stream as well. You probably won't even see it on live stream. But the packaging already has marks and staining on it from the eyeshadows. And then the second palette that I got in the giveaway was this little one. It was the Mini Orgy. And this one, I mean, I really like this front packaging significantly more compared to the large palette. I don't really care to have Jeffree laying all over the lettering like that on this one. I would have loved to see like this on the bigger palettes, but then with the big lettering with him laying on it. I think that would have been aesthetically really cool. But we got this, which, I mean, it still does look pretty. I do quite like it. And this has some issues. Jeffree has actually addressed this. There is formulation issues with some of the eyeshadows in this palette. I haven't had issues with one of the shades that's had a lot of issues with it, which is this shimmer here. I haven't had a lot of issues. That is Glass Wet. I'll actually flip it up the right way. Yeah, so no, this shade, some people had issues with where the pan would actually like have weird bubbles in it, and when you would use the shade, it would almost fall apart. But I haven't had issues with that pan. I've actually had issues with this one. So I'll show it up close in a second. But when I was on the live stream with my friend Zach a couple of days ago, or like yesterday, I believe. Actually, it was yesterday. I put my brush in the pan and it would almost self-destruct. Like it would start falling apart in the pan. So I'll try and get it up close. So on my nice camera, you'll be able to see. So people watching the live stream, if you can't see everything clearly, I'm actually filming a YouTube video. So eventually you'll be able to see this a bit more in HD and close up. But you can see the shade Foam Party has some very strange texture in the pan. And when you actually use a brush in it, I'll use this brush for sake. This is a Morphe M330. So it's just a fluffy, so just a, you know, a typical fluffy blending brush, nothing out of the ordinary, very gentle, nothing like you can see, it's very basic, nice. It's not anything special, but it's not harsh or anything like that. But then I'll gently like swipe in the pan and like look at all of that fall out in the pan. It like broke apart. I don't know how well you guys on live stream can see it, but like I barely touched the pan and it like fell apart. And that's how much product is actually on like the brush itself. Like there's that much product on the brush itself, and then you saw the pan kind of self-destruct. So like, and I've used the shadow, and I'll try and get my hand in focus. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how well it's going to show up because it is such a pale light shade. But like, you can see it is there. It obviously, this isn't the right type of brush to use with it. But I wanted to show how like barely any pressure and the pan itself would self-destruct. I'm going to be keeping this at the very least. I won them. I got them for free, so I'm not complaining too much. It's just like I wanted to discuss it because it is a thing. I'll put myself in focus. So I've actually sent Black Swallow, the company that I won this from, as well as the big palette. I sent them a photo of the issue with the pan as well as describing the issue. I've yet to receive a response, but I did first message their Instagram account, and then they told me to email their customer service account. Their customer service email address, sorry. And I've done that. I've yet to receive a response. Ultimately, I don't really care because, like, for me, these will make a fun keepsake anyway. Because, like, while I didn't purchase them, they do look pretty. I'll still use them. Like, the actual shade itself, like, I can swatch it, and it does look a bit grotty when you swatch it because it, like, gets all chunky on the finger. As you can see, it's a bit chunky on the finger. I'll try and get it in focus for the camera. So yeah, it's very chunky on the finger when you swatch it. But like, it's pretty, but it definitely isn't like, it's not pleasant. And you can even see in the swatch on camera that like there's still little bits of chunks of product where it didn't want to actually thin out properly. I don't know how well you're seeing it on the live stream, but like you can definitely see it on the camera. And I used that with a I've used it with a brush, and it doesn't seem to have any problems with application. I'll get myself in focus. Well, restart. Oh, sorry, I'm going to be repeating myself because I'm trying to also film a video at the same time, Bethany. So like, I've used this on my eye, and I had no issues. I had no weird sensation. I've sometimes used Jeffree Star shimmers, and they've almost had like a burning sensation on the eye, but that is the pigment. And I've also experienced it with like some shimmers, like loose shimmers. But for an eyeshadow pan, that is literally like, I've used this once on the eye and I've swatched it once or twice. Like for I've like barely even used this, and it looks like I've done a significant amount of use in the pan, because like you probably won't be able to see so much as on the phone, but like hopefully on my camera you can see how much of a dent is in the actual pan. Like I could easily hit pan if I kept on going for it within a couple of seconds. My theory, okay, I'll get myself in focus. My theory for this launch for the Orgy and Mini Orgy launch is that this is the first launch that Jeffree Star Cosmetics has done where the actual makeup inside of the packaging, like the actual makeup, I want to believe that this is the first collection and major launch that he has actually manufactured with his labs since COVID happened. So what I think has happened is that all of the labs have shut down due to like when they went into lockdown first in March and April in California. And then during the reopening stages, they've been getting everything back up. And I think there has been, because of that closing down period, I know sometimes electronics and machines, they like, to get the best performance, you have to kind of run them a little bit first, and you get a couple of batches of products that you throw away, and then the actual batches of products you get after a couple of the first batches you throw out, they're the batches that are good. And I think maybe they just didn't do that enough. Like, and that isn't an excuse. We're talking they're a multi-million-dollar company. This is a lab. I don't know if Jeffree owns his own lab. This might be pure speculation. This is pure speculation on my behalf. I don't know anything. This is just for entertainment purposes only. I don't know anything. I don't have any lawyers. I've not spoken to any legal teams at Jeffree Star Cosmetics or with anyone. I am just coming up with theoreticals. I'd assume, because this is literally one of, like, I'd like to believe that this is the first launch that Jeffree's labs have actually produced since COVID has happened and it closed down his labs in the US. That is what's causing this issue. He has actually stated that there is a lab issue officially on his Instagram stories. I think he did so a day or two ago from me while I'm filming this. So there is an issue and he has acknowledged it. I don't personally expect anything to happen with my case because I won this. I sent the company that I won this from an email about it. If I get a replacement, cool. If I don't, cool. I don't care. Like, ultimately, like, yes, these are pretty, but these aren't colors I generally wear anyways. But you can also see, like, how bad the fallout is on the packaging of, like, this. All of that muck and dirt you see on the palette right now live, that is from when I swatched the shade. Like, that's how much it has fallout. It is insane. It's like that is what I was just referring. That is all the fallouts from when I was swatching the eyeshadow shade before. Like, it's crazy. Yeah. Jeffree has, like, he made a whole thing, like, there is an actual issue with the labs. He is contacting the labs and there is something going on. Like, it is a known issue. This shade here, Bethany, has actually been the majority of the concerns. This is the shade Glass Wet. I just happen to have the shade Foam Party, which is this middle bottom shade, has had the same issue. These two shades, I believe, have the same formula type. There are different shimmer formulas in this palette. This is an all shimmer palette, but they're different types of shimmers. So I think it is just that specific formula has an issue. Now, another thing I want to also show is that my Glass Wet, one of my friends who also got this palette, she had an issue with her shade Glass Wet and it was not performing that well. And whenever she swatched it, it was very lackluster. There barely any actual shimmer came off, and it was very basic. I don't know yet, Erica. I'm assuming he's going to be refunding and selling out or sending out new palettes. He's done so before. And I don't believe there's any issues formulation-wise with the big palettes. It's only the minis. But this is one of his other similar shades that are in the Glass Wet and Foam Party formula. This shade is Wet Jewel from Bloodlust. So I'll show you guys on the live stream a bit closer. So you can see, like, how reflective and beautiful that is. That's the same type of formula, and you do not see that, like, chunkiness in it. Like I'm sorry, Jeffree. I don't like you as a person at the moment and what you used to do in the past, but like your formulas are usually bomb. But like you can see a clear difference between that and this shade Foam Party. There is a very clear difference. Very clear difference. Like, I'll even try and show you guys, like, oh shit, that's right. I can just do that. I forgot that it's magnetic. That makes it helpful. But yeah, you can see how, like, completely different textures. They're the same formula, but completely different texture. And I can even swatch like this and it looks beautiful. And my Glass Wet, which is this one, looks similar to this when I swatch it. But my friend, when she swatches her Glass Wet, it does, pardon me, it does not swatch like that at all. So it seems like there's a couple of shades that have formulation issues, which is not good. Not good at all. I'm just going to stop. Restart. Yeah, even the I'll show it again, Bethany. But like even the difference between, so this Glass Wet where I don't have an issue, you see that has much more of a similar type of texture to this shade. But then when you compare it to this Foam Party, completely different. But they're the same formula, technically. So yeah, so I've done a nice swatch of the Bloodlust shade, and I'm going to do a swatch of the Glass Wet, then do a swatch of Foam Party. And yeah. But like I'll also show something in a second too, because the strangest part, Bethany, is that this texture isn't atypical for shimmers. I've seen it before in other Jeffree formulas as well as other brands' shimmers, but they've never done this, and I'll show it in a sec. So, like, I don't know how well the swatches will show for you guys, but this really light swatch down here is Glass Wet. It doesn't show up that well on this camera. That middle shade is the pink from the Bloodlust, and then that top shade is Foam Party, which is the one that has all the weird texture. And you can see for a shimmer that is pretty like meh. I'll even try and show for the camera. Like the actual DSLR. And then they're pretty. And then I also, I'll just show you in a second, put you beside me. And it's in this one. Why are you screaming? Dickheads. So, my God, you two, stop. Just saying so. Fuck. So, can I speak without you two fucking screaming? Knobs. So this blue this actually does have similar texture. I don't know how well you'll be able to tell on the live stream, but it has similar texture to that shade in the new palette, and that is a blue from Blue Blood. So I'll re-show the camera. So this blue here, this is the shade Ocean Ice from Blue Blood, which is another Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadow, and it also has really strange texture. And this is an old shadow. I purchased this last year during the when it first initially released, and the actual shade itself on camera you can definitely see it, but like it's got texture, it's got the same type of little bubbling, but it doesn't affect performance of Ocean Ice compared to Foam Party. Foam Party seems to actually have an issue with, like, it's not that pigmented at all, while this blue is beautiful. Like, I love it. It's great. Like, you can just see how vibrant it is. And I can show you how vibrant it is. This shit's so vibrant, it stains your hand. It's so vibrant. Like, you ready for this? I'll flip you off. One swatch. Barely touch the pan, even with issue in the pan and all. You see that. You can see that. Like, yeah, it might be a little bit chunky, but oh my god, that blue. Like, oh my god. Just beauty. Absolutely stunning. Like, it is genuinely one of the most beautiful shades. And you ready for swatch? So clearly it's not an issue with the actual texture, because that's pigment. So, like, this is my issue. I don't think it is atypical for, like, some shimmers to have that type of texture, because you clearly just saw, like, the formula isn't causing that to not have pigment. Like, what the fuck? Like, and you saw even on camera, I barely touched the pan. Like, I just did a gentle swipe. And, like, and I don't know how well you can see. There's no, like, look, there's nothing left on my finger. Like, there's a slight little bit of blue left on my finger, but there's no crumbles, there's no craziness. While the fucking foam party in here is a mess. So, like, I could excuse it if this sucked too, because if this had the same issue as foam party with the bubbling and all sorts, but had horrible pigmentation, then I'd be like, okay, then that's a problem. But it's clearly not a problem. Not a problem at all. And, like, you'll even see in a second, like, this is makeup white. It, like, oh my god, you probably can't see it so well because I blow out the lighting, but, like, it's staining me. Like, it's stained. So, like, it's not like there is an issue with the actual pigment itself which is causing that bubbling. Like, I want to believe that bubbling has to be, like, typical in at least, like, some shimmer formulas. It's not the most pleasant to look at. Like, let's not lie. Like, you don't want to see little weird bubbles in your makeup. But it's not affecting a performance of that shade. And I've seen that in other brands' formulas as well. And not only have I seen it in shimmers, I've also seen a matte blush. Oh my gosh, a matte blush that I got as a gift from an indie brand. That blush also has issues. I'll grab the blush in a second to show you guys. I just want to film me peeling off the mirror's sticker on this because, you know, peel porn for the camera. Peel porn. Peel porn. Can I get this nice, beautiful shot? Wow. I hate ASMR, and that's going to make me like nearly vomit while I'm editing. I torture myself sometimes. I'll be back in a second. Give me like 1 second. I'll try not to fall over or knock everything out of place. Because I have a blush that I was showing one of my friends that has this issue. Okay, I'm back. Oh, let's not knock everything over. So, this is a blush that I got from an indie brand. You know, from a distance, it looks pretty cool. You know, it looks fine. Nothing wrong with it. Then you get up close, and you see, within all the brown, there's weird speckling of pink and red. So, try and show it on camera. Can it? Huh, that works. I can just do this. Makes it easier for me. Well, that's what I get for being dumb. But I just dropped it. And the whole thing just broke. So I guess that kind of helps my issue. So I just lost the whole pan on the ground. So I get to vacuum that all up. It looks kind of cool though. So yes, I just made a massive mess on my ground. Fun. Yeah, so as you can see on camera, even with the pan, while it's still not in the best shape because I just broke it, you can still see that it's got that speckled texture, and it was very strange just to deal with in general. So like, I didn't use this on like, I won't lie, like I was grateful to receive this because I received this as a gift with a purchase from the brand alongside the 2 lipsticks that I purchased, as well as some glitters. So this was just a sample product from them. But like, it was pretty enough. I couldn't really use it because like, it was a really dark, like that's a blush. And I don't know about you, but like, I don't see that working as a blush on me. So, yeah. It's not the worst thing, but it's not the best. So, yeah, so like, that wouldn't work as a blush on me. It's a pretty shade. Like, I won't lie. That is really pretty. But, yeah. Well, now it's a pretty shade all over my carpet. Fuck's sake. That's what I get for shit talking, eh? That was the makeup gods being like, that's what you get for not being appreciative of a free gift. Yes, so it's pretty much my video. There's not much else to talk about for the video. Let's see if there's any other shades that were like that. let's have a look through my Jeffree Star shimmer collection and see if there's any others that are like it. So, for camera's reference, I have... I'll just... Sometimes it'd be nice just to have like a remote that could just remote control where the focus is. But I depotted all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadows and I put them into like magnetic palettes so that they're all a lot easier to travel with. So like these are all my white silvery shades. So you can see that like, oh my god, it's not fuck shit up. You can even see that like some of these shimmers, they themselves don't have the textures at all. So like none of these shimmers that are in here have any texture issues, like how the other shade from the mini orgy palette has texture issues. That doesn't have any. Like this, which is some reds, and I've got some reds from Blood Sugar. I've got some reds from, well, I've got a red from Bloodlust, which is this shade here. It seems like it's got like the slightest little bit of texture showing, but that's from me just using it in general in the corner. And like this shimmer here, that's an old shimmer from Blood Sugar, and that doesn't have that issue. So it's not like Jeffree has done shimmers before. Yeah, so it's not like Jeffree has done shimmers before and the shimmers have had all these horrible issues. Like, this isn't typical for his shimmers to do that, I don't believe. Here's some more colours of his as well. So these are his more yellows and oranges that I own from him. And like, none of the shimmers in here have texture issue, and I've got quite a fair few shimmers in here. This probably has equally the same amount of shimmers as mattes. And then this one. This is when, if any of his shimmers had any weird texture issues, this is when I first noticed it to start, which was this shade here, which is Sworn Enemy, I believe. And that's from Bloodlust. Yeah, Sworn Enemy from Bloodlust. It's fine. It just, I noticed that its texture was a little bit on the crumblier side, but nowhere near as bad as Foam Party from Mini Orgy. And this is like my lighter greens and like tealy blues. And I've already shown the full-on blues. I can easily re-show it. So that's the full-on blues. And you can see that's the shade there, Ocean Ice, which has that texture issue. But Ocean Ice itself doesn't actually have any performance issues, unlike Foam Party. I know there's so many colours, isn't there, Kelly? And they're all so pretty. And then we've got, do a close-up of these, and you can see these shimmers don't have any issues. This shimmer here was the one I was referring to earlier. That's Wet Jewel from Bloodlust. Another one that had some similar type of texture, but the texture wasn't as like bad as Sworn Enemy, was from inside of this, or on this one, and it's this shade here, which is another shade from Bloodlust. What is your name? Pink Magic is the shade name of that one. So yeah, so Pink Magic also has some texturized moments going on, but it's that different type of shimmer formula. That shade that I've hit Pan Hardcore on, that's the shade Oral from the Mini Breaker palette, which is from the Jawbreaker collection. Yep, bub. I can hear you, bub. And then this palette doesn't really have any shimmers at all, really, because no texture. Then we got this one. This one's got quite a few more texture in it. These are my mattes, and you can even see that this blackish grey metallic, that's a similar type of formula to the ones that have been having issues, but it doesn't have the crumbling occur at all. I mean, look how crazy that shade is there. I believe that's what shade? I want to say on the two. It's from Bloodlust though. Stunning. Yeah, and that's that textured black shimmer. It swatches beautifully. Wow. Don't know how well you guys can see the shimmer, but there's shimmer in it. And like I said, this doesn't have any of that craziness going on in it. So, God knows. So, my general overview. Should I do a quick eye look with? Should I do a quick eye look with them? I might do. Yeah, so that's my kind of general thoughts so far on these two, on this collection, on the formula issues, on the packaging itself, and my personal issues with the packaging. I've got no actual issue with the matte formulation itself. They performed really nicely when I used them. The shimmers equally performed really nicely. From what I've tried, at the very least, I've tried a couple of them on the eye. I tried Glass Wet and Frozen Fire, and it performed nicely. But we'll see what Jeffree's response is and what he's going to do with the formulation issues. So, thank you for watching. Bye. I'm not saying bye to the live. I'm saying bye to the video camera. Sorry. Should have just... I was just... Yeah, whatever. So, Erica, the reason why I took the actual shadows outside of the packaging themselves, I wanted to... So, I often travel during Christmas time to a different state in Australia. And when I do that, I like to take my makeup with me because my sister that I go visit, she likes to do makeup, but she's not the most confident with it. So I like to take my makeup with me so we can both play. And it's very difficult taking around because my favourite palette from Jeffree is Blue Blood and Blood Sugar and such. And they've got the really big giant palettes. And so this Shadow Bible, this is the size of the Shadow Bible. In comparison, this is mini Orgy and full-size Orgy. So, you can see this isn't that large. This is about the same size as Blue Blood and Blood Sugar, the actual palettes themselves. But you can fit, multiple palettes of eyeshadows all in this because they all basically just stack. So they're just little platters that stack with all the different shadows in it. And I love it. This is what I use. It's much easier. So that's why I personally depotted. Enjoy your food, Kelly. Go grab some delicious food. Can't believe I'm only, 2 hours in? I've done a full look. I filmed a whole video. Yeah, so Erica, what I want to do, I've kept all of the packaging of the actual palettes after I depotted them, and I plan to eventually like have my own little mini makeup museum when I eventually would love to have an actual proper makeup room when I eventually own my own home. That would be like in the future. That's a hope and dream, fingers crossed. But I'd like to build like a little mini makeup museum, not only of just Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I'm doing multiple brands. I've got like Pat McGrath, Lime Crime, Ace Beauty, all sorts of different things. And I equally find the packaging, like, even though, you know, this is raunchy with Jeffree all over it, this is still art to me. Like, I find like it's a moment in time while this isn't necessarily as artsy as his other palettes, which is why I didn't buy it, but I'm happy to have it because I want it. These are still like, I'd like to be able to have them as like mementos and display pieces. And even though, you know, there's controversy and stuff, I can be like, oh, this is what was associated with him around the time when it all came out. And I think it's just cool to keep little like tabs on it. And plus, I mean, it's better than it just going to waste in a landfill. I can keep it and have fun with it, and then eventually I can easily repurpose palettes and like do photo shoots with it where I can like have palette packaging laying around everywhere so it looks crazy and I don't have to worry about actually destroying pans. Because the amount of times when I've been doing a product photography shoot, and like I was actually, while filming earlier today, I accidentally scraped into this pan. And the amount of times I've done that, like where I've just accidentally scraped into a pan with the end of a brush while trying to set up a product photography shot, it's ridiculous. So it's like, it's a way for me to be able to still have my fun with product photography without potentially ruining the actual eyeshadows themselves. Yeah. So there's reasons for it. It is also scary because, you know, you're depotting a very expensive eyeshadow palette and you're worried that you're going to break it. But I found that I didn't have any issues when I wasn't being cocky and being like, okay, I've got this. The only times I had any issues and I did mess up a shade was when I stopped being smart and started being cocky, and then, you know, I fucked it. Welcome back, Joe. I essentially finished off my video that I was filming. I filmed it all. I showed comparisons of eyeshadows. I can't remember if you were here when I dropped my pan. I dropped a pan of like it was a pressed pan of blush that I got from an indie brand. I accidentally dropped it while filming. So that's currently all over my floor, making my floor blush. Love that for my floor. You better fucking enjoy it. I mean, I'm not too mad because like it's not a shade that I would use or could use, but you know, it was still gifted to me and it was fun, and now it's mostly gone on the ground. And even worse, it just wants to fall apart. It doesn't want to stay like as chunkies. So like I was trying to pick up a chunk to be like, oh look, I got a chunk of it, but like it just wants to fall apart. I felt that it doesn't want to fall apart. Yeah. What's the time? It's 11:30. Joe, I have a question for you, Joe. Do you know Jojo? I just realised I've been on Top Chat, not Live Chat. I'm so sorry if I've missed anything that people said. Joe, do you know if Zach's going to be going live in like 30 minutes? I find it strange. You can edit live streams. So apparently, if I wanted to, I could go back in ahead of time or after the fact, and I could actually edit parts of this live stream out if I wanted to. You were here for the blush drop. I wasn't sure. It was so traumatic that my brain removed the memory of who and what was here when it occurred. Yeah, I'm for sure gonna have to be fucking vacuuming that out. That is a fact. That makes me sad. Nah, it's okay. It's not like I'm lacking in blushes to begin with, nor is it a shade that I actively used anyway, so I can't be too upset. It's just sad because, like I was saying as well, I was gifted it as part of one of my purchases from an indie brand, and I feel bad even if it was just a product that I didn't actually use and it just sat there. I still feel bad. I like this lip shade. Oh well, I'll quickly talk through what's on my face while we're here. And now I can do a bit more and adjust things because I'm not caring about how this looks for filming now. So, lipstick. This is the lipstick I'm using. This is the liquid lipstick shade Cheeky from Stargem Cosmetics. This is their Diamond Star liquid lipsticks. Sorry, my brain just kind of brain farted. Right, that's the shade. That's it on my lips, so you can see, like, oh, yes. Beautiful. I love this. So good. The extreme long wear, like such extreme long wear, it's ridiculous. Does it have a smell? It smells like makeup. If you've ever smelt like what just straight up makeup without fragrance added to it smells like, that's what this smells like, to me at least. But did I just get up my nose? No, I didn't. I thought I got up my nose. Foundation. I've got the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation in shade L1 Porcelain. For my contour and blush, I've got the Mecha Max Off Duty Contour and Blush Stick. This is the shade Medium. This is the shade Sorbet. I also used a mixture of the NYX Pore Filling Primer and the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer all over my face. I also used a mixture of Hourglass Cosmetics Vanish Liquid or Cream, Vanish Liquid Concealer in the shade Cream, and then also the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Liquid Concealer in the shade Fair L12. And then I also use a little bit of this, which is the BYS Cosmetics Sport Fix Concealer in the shade Ivory. You can see it's very pale. There we go. I know sometimes it's quite nice. I also used this, which is my Hourglass Cosmetics Ambient Strobe Lighting Blush in the shade Mecha Glow. So this is an Australian limited edition exclusive shade. It looks so pretty. We also used some of this, which is the Hourglass Cosmetics Ambient Strobe Lighting Highlighter in the shade Incandescent Strobe Light. And then I also used this, which is the KVD Vegan Beauty Shade and Light Contour Powder Duo. And I used the shades Lucid and Somber. I also used this, which is the Ox Bloom Translucent Powder, Matte Powder. And I think that's it. I think that's all on my face. I also used this, which is Stargem Cosmetics Setting Spray. And you can get this in multiple scents. You can get this in like some new scents for Halloween season. Let's get some up. Why not? STAR. Let's get some Stargem up. Let's get some Stargem up. This lipstick, like I said, is also from Stargem, same brand that does the setting spray, does the liquid lipstick that I've got on. So if you like the liquid lipstick, this is the shade Cheeky. They make other really beautiful liquid lipstick shades. They've got like a more brownish red. They've got a full-on red. They've got a black, a blue, and a purple. So quite a few. Sorry, I'm going out of frame. Trying to find where the setting spray is. Setting. Bless you, Beb. There we go. So, scent-wise, that's available for the Stargem Cosmetics setting sprays that are in this bottle. You can get apple, pink lemonade, pumpkin pie. Oh, so I'll first read off the normal scents. So there's apple, pink lemonade, espresso, and no scent. And then the limited edition scents for the Halloween/fall season is pumpkin pie, cinnamon, and fresh orange. Yum. Thank you. This is a fake Kanye West shirt. So, repping Kanye West merch without supporting Kanye West financially. We love to see it. Did you want to come up for a little bit, Joe, while we wait for Zach? Or did you just want to chillax? And I'll just sit here, just rocking. So my bird just gave me a weird look. It's great. I could just put on a beanie and like it would eliminate all of this. So it's like I didn't even need to do the top of my head technically, but I wanted to film with my hoodie or beanie off. You know, it'd be a little bit different for once. A little bit different. A little bit different. Yeah, I don't know why. I do really like this liquid lipstick shade. And just liquid lipstick in general on me. It's such a pretty colour. Very pretty. Very shiny. I wonder if there's any shades in here. Are there any that are similar? While you're on live with me, let's see if there's any shades that are in this that are similar to my contour shade. Is there any? That shade there actually looks quite similar. A little bit warmer. Is there one that works? Okay, so guests, invite guest, copy to clipboard, exit, then I have to go to more, post comments, paste. There we go. That should work, Joe. find out in a second. Where do I? I didn't realize that you can make banners. What? Well, you can either click on the link. Oh, there we go. It's showing that someone's there. Add to stream. There we
Hello.
go. Hello, I'm using my phone, so I'm not used to how the phone works with adding people because it's a whole different setup while you're using StreamYard on the phone.
Right. Yeah, one of my phones is lagging bad, so I had to swap which one I was coming up with.
Ooh.
Your face looks gorgeous.
Thank you. Yours does too, as always.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, I almost vomited a little bit while I was trying to hiccup. Oh. No, what have you been up to today?
Really nothing. My back was hurting really bad, so I had to take some medicine, and it knocked me out.
It's horrible. Never good. But hey, you're here. That's all that matters.
Right. And when I woke up, I was like, holy crap.
It's all good. I mean, this was kind of all over the place. It's great. I spent the first hour of this actually just doing my makeup, and then the next hour of this was actually filming. So I could be cruel, and I could actually edit out the actual filming part of the live, so people watching the live back won't be able to see the actual me filming, because I essentially filmed the whole like YouTube video of me talking about it, and it was just like in different angles. So I think it's fine because people who saw this can still watch the actual finished video, and they'll get a different experience because they'll actually be able to see things much clearer. Because like all the texture was showing up on camera so beautifully, and it was like it was nasty. I do not like.
Yeah, I came in. You were contouring when I came in, I believe.
Yeah, I was doing all sorts of stuff. I think there was a couple of times I was explaining what I was doing to people, and then explaining what I was using, and like some people were asking, "Oh, I don't know how to contour," and I'm like, "I don't know either, but here's how I contour."
Right.
And I mean, like, I don't think I do a bad job. Like,
no, it looks great.
I gave a mini tutorial on how I do my nose. I gave a mini tutorial on my face. Like, I think, but like I kept on saying to people, you just have to ultimately practice and see what works on you, because each person's face has makeup applied differently, and the structure of the face changes. And I find as well, like one thing that we commonly do when we're doing like contour and stuff, we like pull faces, or we'll go like, or like do weird things, and that's like the worst thing you can do, because obviously you're not walking around with your face going like that all the time. So like, why would you do that when you're applying your makeup? So, but it's difficult because sometimes it helps us get the right angles, but then it doesn't get the right angle. And hello,
hey,
Jessie. Hi, T2 bird. Apparently my bird wanted a hi as well. Scream queen it is. Yeah.
I'm really bad about putting too much blush on. I love blush so much, though.
I'm feeling a little blushless at the moment because I'd get a bit washed out on this camera. So let's add some more blush. Let's go in with NARS Orgasm because it's like my brightest blush. We'll get me pink as heck for you guys on camera to be like, oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot how dirty the mirror is in this. And like, I went to go see what it looks like in the mirror, and then I couldn't see Jack in the mirror.
Oh no. I'm shocked at how dirty that package is. I mean, I know that you was pointing that out, but it's worse than I thought.
Well, that's what I was saying, like, and I even showed, that's why I also pulled up and showed the differences in, like, the different blushes that had a similar time of texture visually to the other Jeffree Star blushes, but it just, those ones, not blushes, sorry, the Jeffree Star shimmers, but the shimmers that are in Mini Orgy, they just almost self-destruct, and I'm like, you can see it a lot better on the actual camera's footage, like, you can see it all, and it's really
Yeah.
and like, and it wasn't like I was going hard or anything like that, it just it literally just wanted to explode in the pan.
Right.
And I don't know how else to describe it. And even looking at it, like, you can see a lot better on camera too. But like, there's a significant divot in the pan already in this corner. And it looks like I've been using this shade for ages. And I've like, I literally got this like 2 or 3 days ago, max, maybe. So I don't know about you, but that is very like. But like I was saying, I don't mind if I don't get a replacement because ultimately I didn't pay for shit. So like, I don't care if there is an issue with it and I don't get a replacement, and all I get is just, oh yeah, a response of, oh yeah, that is a thing. We have an issue and we've noticed an issue with.
Right.
Give me a second. Sorry, I'm trying to brain. My brain is going. Yeah, as I'm trying to process. I'm just seeing where one of my latest orders is because I've got 2 more orders I'm waiting on. I've got my Pat McGrath stuff and my Luna Beauty stuff. Okay, so where are you? In transit, Brunswick. Well, apparently expected delivery was supposed to be today, but it hasn't scanned that it's arrived anywhere in Hobart today. So it could just randomly show up today. It could be tomorrow. It could be in the next couple of days. And that one I'm super excited for because that's my Glam Raider order, which has all of the Luna Beauty stuff that I got. So, you know, I got the blush palette, I got the Strawberry Dream palette, and I got the highlighter. I'm so excited. We should do a collab with the Strawberry Dream palette.
Oh, that'd be great.
And I mean, like, it wouldn't be hard. We literally just, well, we could do something similar like what Mary and I did, where we choose couple of shades each, or we both just use the same eyeshadow palette for our look and be like, this is us collabing using the Luna Beauty stuff. Because I want to actually film, like, I don't care to do it with this collection because, you know, I don't care about it. But with the stuff that I got from Luna Beauty, I want to film or take some really nice product shots. I want to film like a nice little bit of an intro kind of going with it. I need to try and source some pink flowers and some strawberries and like maybe some pink fur so I can do like a pink fantasy type layout for the product shots and video, make it all fancy looking. Because you know
Look
what
where the mosquito bit me.
How rude. We need to fight. Fight. Where are you?
It itches so bad.
What I used to do because like when I lived in the desert of Western Australia, we'd get mozzies all the time, mosquitoes. I get my finger and I like bap it like that. Just keep on hitting the same spot over and over and over until it stops being itchy, because you almost appease the sensation of it needing to be itched without like scratching it, which is when you can cause damage.
I can't believe it landed on my face and I didn't feel it.
Shit's weird. I don't know. It's weird and it's rude and we need to sue it.
It is rude. What's the weather like there today?
weather right now is actually quite nice. It looks like it's slightly overcast, but it's a bit on the warmer side. It's probably in the low to mid 10s. So I'll just see what the actual weather is and then do some. So apparently it's 68 degrees Fahrenheit currently.
We're close to that. I think about a couple hours ago it was like 72 or so. So it's nice. Oh, Jesse, that sucks, man. I hate when mosquitoes bite me on the face.
I just wanted to just tell me the weather right now. Look. I'm telling off my laptop. It's not giving me the information I want. So yes, apparently this is literally the first day we've had in like months that was above like 55.
Right.
It's like woohoo! We're finally getting into our spring season because we're in spring officially here.
That just blows Bryce's mind. Like, I was like, yeah, it's winter there. He was like, but why? I'm like,
but why? It was like, I don't know.
I'm like, he's on the other side of the world, kinda. It's different.
Yeah, hemispheres, like the equator and different hemispheres, it really is confusing because, like, not only for you guys I can understand, but more so for us being in the southern hemisphere, almost everything is always shown to us from the northern hemisphere's perspective. So Christmas movies, snowing all the time. And then, like, we always hear summer break, and that for us is in July. So it's like confusing for us because summer break is Christmas time. So it's like,
Right.
What do you mean you have two separate things? And
Right.
And then because it's quite typical to see like Christmas movies with tons of snow and such, it almost like you almost get nostalgic for that, but you don't experience it in Australia.
Yeah.
So it kind of is like here we just get sweltering heat where you'll burn. Yay, summer for Christmas.
Yeah, we usually get if we get snow, it's usually like the end of January, February in Tennessee. It used to be December, but I guess global warming and all that messed everything up.
Good old climate change.
Right.
You love to see it. Yeah, I don't know. I found it very strange. And then not only that, you're trying to, like, when I like how when we've discussed like makeup launches and such, but not only makeup, but just things in general, because the majority of the time things are based in the US, you have to like try and figure out when is that time for us in Australia or wherever else in the world you are.
Right.
Or like with makeup launches, I'll have to be up at like 3 a.m. to make a launch for a 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Is 3 a.m. Australian Eastern Daylight or Standard Time here. So it makes it very difficult if you want to support. And people are like, oh, you can just wait until the morning. It's like, yeah, you say that, but for me, that is like 7 to 8 hours after launch. And most things are sold out 7, 8 hours after launch that are usually having a timed launch like that. So
yeah.
And then you also have like shipping and all that BS.
I was actually shocked with that message that you put where the people were getting mad that it was a UK only giveaway. I was like, 99% of the time it's US only. Why are you mad that this one time is UK only?
Yeah, so what was happening, there was quite a fair few people that I'm mutuals with on Twitter. They were all getting really upset, and they were all American, going like, oh, I wanted to enter this giveaway from Beauty Bay for the Nikki Tutorials palette. They didn't say anywhere in the original tweet that it was UK only, and you had to read the terms and conditions, and people were getting upset at that. And I was like, well, I don't really have as much sympathy for you because, one, you should always be reading the terms and conditions no matter what. But then it also is like, well, this is typical for anyone that's international always, because the majority of brands usually have US only giveaways, but they don't specify it in the tweets and only specify it in the terms and conditions.
Right.
And we usually have to read it. So it's like I can get the frustration, but like I said, ultimately I have less sympathy for those who haven't bothered to read, because ultimately it's up to us as the consumer to read. And really, like, why are you entering something that has terms and conditions in place without reading them in the first place? Like, I think that's just, one, that's stupid. And two, like, you don't know what you are signing your life away to.
That's okay, Zach.
That's fine, Zach. We're literally just staying on the live, waiting until you to start so we can just head over to there and either watch or join your panel. We're just wasting time now. So, doesn't bother us, Zach. But yeah, so, like, I find it very confusing because...
Well, of course, I have you in Australia, and I've got a friend in the UK. So sometimes I'll sign up to be an extra entry for, like, that person.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it really is on us to make sure we know what the legality of the whole situation is. Like, sometimes you can win, but they want you to do a video or...
Well, that's what I was saying to you in the DMs. It's like, these people are acting like, oh, you shouldn't have to read the terms and conditions to find this out. It's like, well, yeah, you should, because you don't know what the things in the terms and conditions are saying. There are brands that will sometimes specify that you have to make content for them, or any content using that stuff they own the rights to, or you have to do a certain amount of posting, or you have to do a public speaking thing where you're signing a press release and you're doing a statement for a magazine or something. Like, that's quite typical for these type of things where makeup's being given away, like, because it's, for them, it's equally exposure to get their name out there, and then also just, you know, it's a tax write-off as a giveaway.
It's like, oh no,
Say
you're
so.
fine, Zach. It's like the giveaway I won on the radio. I knew that I was going to have to do a POA. I knew that I would have to do tax forms, because I read all that stuff. I mean, there was a lot of paperwork behind winning a large gift like that.
Yeah, especially if it's thousands of dollars worth of stuff. Like, there's a lot of legal paperwork involved, especially from the people who's giving it away, because, like, you have to claim it on tax. Like,
yeah, my friend was like, I can't believe you have to do all that. I'm like, well, I knew I had to, because that's all in the terms and conditions.
And like I said, frankly, I had little to no sympathy for those who didn't bother to read and then got upset because they didn't bother to read. And they're complaining, oh, it's so unfair that this giveaway is UK only. Fuck off. Most brands do US only giveaways, and us, we're
99% of the time it's US. You're right.
And it's like, doesn't it just show the entitlement that it's like the one of the few times where it isn't US only or US based? They're like, get crying about it. It's like, but then I get told, oh, you get over it, it's free makeup. It's like, it's showing your entitlement, that you feel like you are deserving the right to have the ability to win it, when you have no rights to the option to win something. There's no obligation.
I think that's what bothered me the most, because when you were telling me about it, in my mind, I'm like, to me, that makes the United States look so bad that people are like, really? It needs to be United States too? Well, no, it doesn't. It's not your stuff.
And
right,
like,
Jeffree?
I can get it, because it is a bigger giveaway, and, you know, it's an item that is quite hyped up, you know, the Nikki Tutorials palette, and it's signed. So I can understand people are hyped up for it. But they are literally going in with this whole mentality of like, oh, you should be stating blah, blah, blah. And like, like, it's not, it's so unfair that we can't access it in the US. And it's like, this is a giveaway, and why are you acting like you are having your rights taken away from you over a giveaway? And it's like, yeah, I get it. It sucks because it's an opportunity to try a product. Plus, it's like, sorry, my lips itchy at the moment. I'm trying not.
No, I get it. Yeah.
But I'm like, I guess it really just shows like the entitlements where they do really feel like they are deserving the chance to win something, where it's like it's a privilege to even have the opportunity to sign up for a giveaway.
Yeah.
Like, I have the privilege of holding these in my hands while so many people don't. And I just made a video talking negatively about them because I have issues with them. That's privilege, and I know that. And I won these, and you didn't see me carrying on, and you don't see me crying and being like, oh, I got this horrible palette where there's something wrong with it, and oh my God, how dare they sent me a horrible product, and I won this in a giveaway. I should have gotten a perfect one. There should be no problems, no scratches. It should be perfectly presented. No, it's a giveaway. I didn't spend any money on this. If anyone spent money, the company that sent me this spent money. So
if anybody would be upset, it should be Black Swallow, because they in turn got a faulty product, you know.
Yeah, and that also ultimately could make them look worse because it's a product that was sent from them to me, and there's a problem with it. But I know it's not Black Swallow's fault. So, hello, Laura. Sorry, just ranting.
Hello, Laura.
So, like, I get where people can be upset, where it's unfair, because obviously, like, I find it's unfair the amount of times where I can't enter a giveaway from these really big major brands because they are all US only, or they are like US and territories only, or US UK only, or Asia only, and it always excludes Australia, even though we're kind of counted as part of the Asia Pacific region. So it's like I very rarely find giveaways that I can even enter, and you do not see me publicly retweeting these tweets from brands like Maybelline, brands like Urban Decay, brands like Anastasia Beverly Hills, brands like Benefit. You don't see me retweeting these things crying, oh, how unfair is it that I can't enter it? And they never stated that it's US only in the thing and you had to read the terms and conditions. It's like, ultimately, that's your dumbass fault for not reading the terms and conditions. Ultimately, I'd laugh at you if you entered it all, won it, and then you couldn't claim the prize because you didn't bother to read the terms and conditions properly. That's your fault, not the brand's.
Right.
Yes, I do believe the brand should state in the initial tweets US only or international. I do agree that like Beauty Bay did fuck up in that sense, that they could have done more, but legally they've done enough, and ultimately it is up to us to read, not for the brand to hold our hands throughout the process. We're fucking adults. We shouldn't need to be told, read the terms and conditions to make sure you meet the criteria. You're an 18-plus-year-old person who hopefully should be doing things as an adult. You should have more control and more ability to read fucking paperwork. And if you can't read paperwork, you shouldn't be entering a giveaway.
Right. I mean, it's just like whenever I'm entering giveaways, and I think you've noticed, if it is international, I put in parentheses, so you know automatically, hey, I can enter this one, you know?
Yeah. So
or at least I try to remember to do that.
Yeah, I do genuinely feel bad for those who want to win the palettes because they couldn't afford to buy it, and they can't because, you know, it's US only and they've read it, and their complaint is, you know, it sucks that we can't enter it because it's UK only. I get that. I genuinely do. But to cry that, like, they didn't state it anywhere and you have to read in the terms and conditions, that is literally normal. That is normal practice with every other brand. I remember Maybelline, I want to say it was Maybelline, I'm like 99% sure, like a couple of months ago, they had this whole thing where you could enter to get onto their PR list. And they didn't state anywhere that it was US only until you got onto their website a couple of links deep. So it's like...
Oh, yum. I love brownies.
Enjoy them for me. I can't eat them, so...
Oh, I'm going to get a soda. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just felt it was very, very childish, and it just shows that, like, the entitlement of some people are just ridiculous. Absolutely.
Now, you know, if they had said Beauty Bay being a large company probably should have, now I kind of agree with that, but I don't think you should be mad about it. because they don't have to. In the long run, they don't have to.
And I mean, that's why I was saying, like, I've literally seen the exact same behavior from brands that are bigger than Beauty Bay. And I'm not even joking. Like, I've seen that happen with, like, Maybelline, when Maybelline did. I might be wrong that it isn't Maybelline, but it's like one of those big brands. And I'm pretty sure it is Maybelline. But they're based out of New York City. And they were saying that, like, oh, you could enter to get into that PR thing. Send us, like, a list of, like, why you think you should be entered. Give us all of your, like, different social media platforms. So it was, like, a full-on PR setup form that you could fill out with all of your details to hopefully get accepted. And they didn't say anywhere until you actually got onto the website and started signing up that it was US residents only. It didn't say anywhere on the tweet. It didn't say anywhere on the initial splash screen. It only said it when you started filling out the information. So it's like, it's not like it's atypical behavior in the industry for brands to include that information in T's of C's. And technically, it is information that does necessarily only need to be mentioned in T's and C's, because you don't have to mention that it is limited to a certain area or a certain X, Y, or Z.
Oh, Jesse, that sounds amazing. They're making me hungry.
I know. I'm like, I don't know what I want to have for food, and I'm hungry. Let's take my phone and let's go on a mission into the kitchen. I'll take some makeup back into my bedroom. Oh, my knees. Oh, my knees. My knees. Oh, shit. I'm sure you can relate. I'm stretching out my knees and my knees are protesting being used again after sitting for a while. Oh, that horrible angle. You get to see all the beautiful angles. Hi. I love how flattering this angle is. This is one of my favourite angles. It's like, I don't know if you've ever noticed, but whenever we video call, I like to hold my phone like this.
Yeah.
Because I like to purposely make myself look horrible. I don't know why. It's just, it's fun. It's great looking horrible. Yeah, I think that's fun. I don't think often. I shouldn't. My brain doesn't handle thinking well, clearly.
Oh, thanks, Jesse.
I have these. I forgot. Oh, no. Something fell. Oh, please do, Jesse. I'm having sad creamy bacon carbonara and continental packet things, and they're just stuff you make in the microwave, but they fill me up. I'm a cheapskate. So it's what we'll do. Because I'm essentially just like wasting time until Zach goes live, so then I can just sit on Zach's live. Because I'll be like sitting on Zach's live on the laptop, and then I'll just do some editing on my phone. Unless if I go on the panel, then I won't edit on my phone. Or I can edit on my phone. I'll just have headphones on. Space out a bit. Actually, I can show you guys. Can I? I can't be bothered. I was going to be like, I can show you guys what the setup is looking like for today when I was filming. And I'm like, I genuinely cannot be bothered pressing buttons. Hi, Deb.
Yeah, today my cats did not like the birds. I don't know why they change from day to day, but today, when your birds really got going, Boo Boo was like, vroom, I'm out of here.
I don't blame them. The birds are gross. They're nasty little shits. No, it's weird because they'll be silent and then out of nowhere they just scream. It's like, why? It's like, what's up? What has got you in the scream mode? Like, what has set you off to make you scream? Because most of the time there is nothing. They just want to scream.
Right.
And it's like, I felt that, birds, but like I also like a reasoning for the screaming, not just screaming for the fucking sake of screaming. Hello, Debbie.
Hey, Debbie.
Oh my god, let's not drop makeup. Oh, this is heavy. Holy shit. I'm lifting weights while talking with you. As in, I'm lifting up all of my Jeffree Star eyeshadows inside of the shadow Bibles. Ooh. They're very heavy. See, if you want to work out and you're a makeup lover, don't buy weights. Just buy a shit ton of Jeffree Star Cosmetics eyeshadows or any brand's eyeshadows. Depot them all, put them inside of shadow Bibles, and then just lift them. You'll be fine. You'll get huge guns while also being fabulous. It's what I do.
I'm so excited about my copacetic purchase, but I know that she's been having a hard time getting stuff out, and I'm like, oh no, now I gotta wait for it.
I know there is honestly nothing worse than having to wait for it. Oh my god, pardon me, an order to ship. Like, trust me, I'm having that struggle with my Pat McGrath order at the moment. It's currently sitting somewhere in New Jersey, and it's been there for like 2 weeks, just waiting to ship to Australia. I don't know why it's been in New Jersey that whole time, but it's just been sitting in New Jersey the whole time, not moving, because fuck me.
Nicole's giveaway that she won from me, all it says is arriving late. It don't even tell us where it's at.
Oh, okay then. That's a bit disconcerting.
Yeah, she was like, don't worry, Zach's stuff got here like a week and a half late. And I'm like, okay. It makes me a little nervous, though.
Oh, well, I don't blame you. I'd be nervous too. But equally, you know what Australia's bloody like with getting shit to us anyway with shipping. So I'm just always nervous when anything ships.
Oh, congratulations, Zach.
Woohoo! Congrats, Zach.
So close.
I don't even know what I'm at. People, if you want to drop links, drop links. Zach, you can drop your link and all sorts. Even though I'm pretty sure everyone that's in my life probably already has you anyways. You're more than welcome to drop.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think they all have him, but I'll drop the link.
I think I'm at 90 now.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like crazy to me. I remember like just over a month ago when just before you introduced me to Zach and everyone, I had 23 followers. 23. And I'm at 90 now. Like, what? It's
oh, yes, it is, Zach. You're almost there.
Oh, that's right. I have you. Wow. Oh, I have 91. Yay. Thank you, Zach. Yes, it sure is in your future, Zach. Hopefully it's in all of our futures so we can all be monetized and thriving together. That'd be great. Because like I was saying as well earlier in my life, I believe that we have enough power in our own little mini group that we can easily maintain each other's monetization status if we all got to monetization.
Yeah.
The amount that we watch and support each other is enough to probably like maintain it.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
it's really beautiful. It really is.
Of the friends that I've found, not on here, but the people I know that just in real life that watch YouTube, they're all like, when I talk about people, they're like, I don't have that on YouTube. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I found this group of people because so many people don't have this kind of support.
Well, it's to me it's strange because like this doesn't even feel like just normal YouTube. This feels like a weird own thing where it's like how you have that community on Twitter, but it's in the whole space of YouTube with YouTube videos and such.
Right.
It's very odd because I've been, like I've said before, I've been making YouTube videos for a while, but I just have never really had a viewership or people engaging with it until I started engaging with Zach and everyone in this little community. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, James, I think I'm gonna grab something to eat before Zach's live.
Go for it. We'll get there, Debbie.
Everybody, y'all have a wonderful day. I love you all.
His loves
Bye.
you too. Bye, Joe. See you in a bit. Yes, we'll be going to Zach's live in about 15, Debbie. And I don't necessarily want to get rich. I just want to be able to afford to send friend mail to all of you guys in America because it's so expensive for shipping for things. Because Joe, who was just up on panel before, her and I are doing a makeup swap. So we're both building a box of makeup. She's putting makeup in it that's from not necessarily US only brands, but there's stuff that she can get in the US a lot cheaper than what I can in Australia. And she's just done that. And we're going to do a makeup swap. And then I've gotten her a box of Australian makeup to try, which will be a lot of fun. And we'll be sending that to each other in November. I've already got like 30 different makeup items for Joe in her box. She knows some stuff, and I know some of the stuff that she's gotten me because we've helped each other. Like, she hasn't gotten me face stuff as such, but I've gotten her some Australian brands like foundation and such. So I was getting her to make sure that, like, you know, shades looked right and that kind of thing. One thing I love about this lipstick, she's long wear. She don't move. She do not move. So I can drink all the drinks I want, and it will still stay fabulous. Oh, it's not fabulous. Zach, are you still in my live? And if so, what is the plan for your live today? Like, do you have any plans for the actual going live itself? Yeah, I think it obviously, Debbie, it goes up the more views you have, but I think most of it's that CPM, and it usually is like cost per mille or 1,000. So I believe it's like based on per 1,000 views is how much you get paid. So you need to be pulling in like hundreds of thousands of views consistently to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's difficult trying to grow, but every cent counts and it goes towards something eventually. Are you going to have anyone on your panel, Zach, or no? Because if you're going to have people on panel, and more so if you don't mind me on panel, I won't remove my makeup. But if you aren't going to have people on panel, or more so if you don't want me to be on panel today, I'm going to take off makeup. Because I'm like, if I'm going to stay on panel, might as well keep on the makeup that I spent fucking ages trying to apply. Hey, Bep. That was a weird noise. Car putting on its brakes made a squeak. Hi. What's up? What's up? Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. I was trying to let one of my birds nibble on my finger, and it decided to run away and not nibble on the finger. Now it's nibbling. Hi. Birds. Birds are funny. Fair enough. What? What a banners. I'm playing with things now.
The time is 12:20 p.m. here. I can do this. I can do a custom one. Look at that. I can do a scrolly one. How cool. I didn't even know that was a feature you could do with this. I guess that will make it a lot easier. I'll have to use these more often when I'm going live and actually use them so people have a bit of a semblance of what I'm doing. So you're welcome, Zach. I'm giving you a little bit of a shout out down here. Well, hopefully. Hopefully it works. It's showing up on my end. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is so cool. Different features. Oh, muted myself. Jesse, it's 12:22 as in like lunchtime. Unless you understood that and didn't think I was meaning AM as in morning, midnight. So no, it's lunchtime right now for me. You're welcome, Zach. I didn't even know that was a feature that you could do on this, but I'm definitely going to be using this feature a lot more because like being able to have like a little scrolling banner that says what I'm currently doing, I'd be able to actually, you know, have that scrolling with like saying, I'm doing this makeup look instead of having to constantly repeat myself. And I don't know, Zach. Do not know. I cannot answer. I'm sorry. Google. Labor Day 2020. Labor Day 2020. Canada. Yeah, apparently it is. Monday, 7th of September is Labor Day for you. It isn't for Australia. Labor Day in Australia is like completely different time of the year. Labor Day in Australia is the 9th of March. We have weirdness. Don't mind me pulling weird faces. I don't know. It's too early, too late. I'm special. I don't know. I'm just wasting time now for Zach's live. Whenever he goes live. It's almost 12:30 here. Well, I'll get to 3 hours and 20 minutes and then I'll finish this live. So that will be in like 4 minutes time. Pardon me. So. Plane tickets vary. Like, so I believe the average, like the cheapest ticket to like fly from Australia to the US is like 1,000 plus Australian dollars, which would be about 700 to 800 American, I believe. But that's like the cheapest, and that includes nothing with like visas, nothing to do with like accommodation, just pure flights. It's not cheap.
I pretty much already filmed it all. I spent a good hour filming it, Laura. The video itself, I wasn't actually using any of the makeup. I was just explaining my issues that I've had so far with using the Orgy and Mini Orgy palettes from Jeffree Star, because I won them in a giveaway. I tried showing some close-ups of the issues that I was experiencing as well. So the video itself was more like me just showing issues that are happening and then what I've personally had. And I was just doing this live stream to also kind of show it live happening. So I want to say the first hour and 15-ish minutes of this live stream is me putting the makeup on. And then from like an hour and 15 minutes into like 2 hours roughly is me actually filming the video. And then after that, it's just BS, me talking. Oh, shit. Okay. Airline flights have gone up astronomically. Apparently, the cheapest right now, one of the cheapest flights from Australia to the US is $5,500 Australian. Oh, shit, Aki mushroom. Oh, the full one. That one, I have not filmed that yet. That will be being filmed in the next couple of days, because I don't take long at all to like film and edit a video. That needs to be up and live for the 15th of this month, correct, Laura? Because it currently is the 7th of September here, and I'm planning on filming it either Wednesday or Thursday, because I think I'm going to use Frozen Fire from Mini Orgy in the look itself for the collab, Laura, because like it's a red to a gold duochrome, and it looks so beautiful. So yeah. Oh well, I'll see everyone on Zach's live. I'm heading off now. Thank you all for joining. Bye.